Welcome to One Word a Day. I'm Sophie, your pilot into the universe of Chinese. So today's expression, I didn't realize I didn't done this before, but I think I can get some new spin out of it. 指鼠为鸭. In Chinese existing idioms, we have 指鹿为马, which is pointing at a deer and saying it is a horse. It was recorded, and I believe it's a true history of one-time ruler at some point in history want to filter out who are his true followers to the degree that they are going to follow him. They are going to do some truth bending thing just to follow him, that to claim that is a horse, not a deer, even as obviously under everybody's eyes, under sunlight, that's a deer. That's the facts and truth. They would rather bend that truth to follow whatever the ruler was saying. So that's a historical thing. And now Chinese recycle this expression of pointing at the mouth and saying it is a duck. It's again a true happening. Last year, 2023, cafeteria in a trade school, I guess. A student, when having lunch, shockingly find out there is a head of a mouse. Just imagine the shocker over there in the soup. And the cafeteria manager said, no, it's not a mouse, it's a duck. And okay, the student, okay, it's the internet age, instantly upload the incident with pictures, with videos online, and people, it become like a national discussion of, is it a mouse or a duck? And everybody agree it is a mouse, and it's the cafeteria is kind of 指鼠为鸭, like using the analogy of pointing something, like everybody see it is something, but have insisting something else on it. So that's like gaslighting, right there in front of your eyes. It's so obvious, but this contemporary fact twisting thing still happening today, and Chinese society or internet create this net speech of 指鼠为鸭, refer to this type of I guess cafeteria represents some government or institution. They came out to say something is something else, and so they're not being truthful to people, and that became a behavior got caught, and because we have this recording, and eventually that cafeteria acknowledged this is a mouse, not a duck, became a national joke. So 指鼠为鸭. That's the background. Okay, 指, we have 5-finger hand symbol. Then on the right side is a shovel. Well, it's a spoon. Scooping supposedly food into your mouth. And then this mouth symbol have this one horizontal line to mean it tastes really good. You hold it in your mouth, cherish it. And so this eating thing eventually extend into the meaning of purpose. So purpose of life, the first purpose of life is to feed yourself. So food hunger is food obsessiveness shown, just like purpose of life. The first thing is eating. Okay, and then when we use hand to point the purpose of something, that becomes our point. So that's derived, that's built on this purpose. You use your hand to show the purpose, and that is the point. Okay, 鼠 simply is a depiction of the main features of the mouse. The sharp teeth over here, okay, the hairy bodies, and then the tail, main features of the mouse. Wei means it's a regard at something or claimed to be something. Came from actually farming activity. So this big arch side diagonal thing with this complicated structure in there was said to be a type of like a plow. And then you see this 5 rows of land that get this plowed through, the mark of the plowing. And then the 3-finger hand symbol showing from the top of the screen, it's somebody else's hand. So somebody else is a plowing through the land. And that farming activity was regarded as the deed, the done, the activity. And then eventually that activity became any kind of activity, not just farming, and becomes the representation of referring to something. It becomes abstract, becomes the English abstract word as. So that doing something became this being something, okay? Duck, we have the bird symbol on the right side. You can almost see the eye of the bird, the fluffy hairs of the bird, and even the claws of the bird. The left side is jia, is the seed popping out of its home. So this big enclosure thing with the chimney on the top is if humans live in it, it's humans' quarters, it's a shelf. It's a shelter, but if it's a seed living it, it's a shell. It's not a shelter, it's a shell. Just realize that. So this is the seed, and this is direction to say popping out of the shell. The seed popping image, pronounced as a jia, was said to pair with the bird to turn it into duck into two ways, two possibilities of the logic there. One is jia, sound ya is a sound of the duck would like to make. So actually in Chinese, when we have a set of sound mimicking words to like imitate a cat or dog. When it comes to ducks, it's a ga ga ga, something like that, and it kind of sounds like a jia. So somebody used the sound connection to denote that's the bird that made this kind of sound. So that's one interpretation. Second one is this jia, the seed popping means this is a new bird. So originally this ya means newborn bird. That's like a seed recently popped out. And this is the bird recently popped out its eggshell. And this young duck eventually, this young bird eventually became the duck specific. I mean, duck babies are the cutest bird out there, right? So probably that's why this young bird designated to the ducklings. Okay, so 指鼠为鸭 again is this Chinese way to point out the quote unquote authority gaslighting us, and in blatant light recorded on camera, and saying that mouse, that Mickey Mouse is actually Donald Duck. And that's the ridiculousness of the quote unquote authorities. 知鼠为鸭. Thank you for your time. See you another day.